Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fit Chicks Chat. My name is Amanda Quinn, and on today's podcast, it is another one of our Grad Spotlight Series. And today we have Kai joining me. Hello, how are you today?
I'm wonderful, Amanda. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, no, thank you for joining me. I'm so honored to have you here to share more about what it is that you are doing as a graduate of the Academy. And not only that, but also just share your story about how you even got started. And I know a lot, like you and I've worked together for a while, and I know a lot about your story and sort of where your direction is that's going. But the one thing that I would love to share with our listeners right now is just where you were before you even decided to get certified as a holistic nutrition weight loss coach.
Mhm. All right. So, where I was in my life at the time, I was a stay-at-home mom. I have four children. I'm married, and prior to becoming certified, that's what I was doing. And my background is in biomedical sciences, and I love that. But when I became a mom, I kind of put that aside because I wanted to be home for my children and my family. However, I always felt like, okay, there's more. There's more that I can give. There's more. And so for that short period of time when my children were really small, I kind of dipped and dabbled in a little, few things. And then I just happened to run across Fit Chicks Academy. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And I loved your picture, yours and Laura's picture. I was like, oh, I like them. So I just kind of looked into it a little more. And then I'm like, okay, I think this is the route that I want to go because I've always been into fitness for my personal self.
Mhm.
And I was working with a trainer at one time that was so inspirational that I'm like, okay, I think this might be a direction that I want to go into. And so when I found Fit Chicks, I found you and Laura, I said, okay, I like this. And what I loved about Fit Chicks is that I was able to do group fitness, personal training, wellness, and nutrition all wrapped up into the one certification. And to take it a step further, the holistic weight loss coach. So
Yes.
I loved that. I absolutely loved it. And it took me a while to complete it because I did start with my two youngest were still at home with me, but you ladies were just so wonderful about things, because life happens sometimes. And you ladies were just so accommodating and just so understanding that I'm like, okay, see, this is where I need to be. This is my tribe. This is my group right here. So I'm just overjoyed and so happy that I found you
Oh, thank
and that you
you.
found me.
Yeah, thank you. No, I appreciate that. And I think, one of the things that we like to pride ourselves on at Fit Chicks Academy is the idea that we always want to treat everybody as humans, not as a number, right? And I think that that's something that really differentiates us because I think a lot of programs, a lot of certifications, especially online, it's very much just here's a book, memorize it, write a test, good luck to you. You're very much on your own. And we really just want to understand everyone's journey, everyone's story, what they're going through. And if we need any additional support, we're there to give it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you find for you, taking this direction and being a stay-at-home mom and kind of getting into that role, did you find that this was also important even, or has it shifted anything to do with like even your family and your lifestyle and just the way that I know that you were always someone who was like into health and wellness, but did you find that you learned things that you were easily able to implement into your day-to-day with your family?
Yeah, so it really helped me as far as staying structured. When you have young children, it's really easy to kind of get out of routine or get out of things because things just seem to happen all the time.
Yes.
But being in the academy and having to set time and doing certain things, it really put me in a place where I really had to remain in a very straightforward structure in my home, in my even my thought process. I wouldn't allow myself to think certain things because I knew if I thought certain things, it'll put me on a tangent. so so being a part of the program, doing the coursework and everything has really blossomed into more self-discipline. Not that I wasn't disciplined before,
Mhm.
but it just enhanced it to a higher degree that benefited not only myself, but my family as well.
I love that. And what would you say in the specifically in the holistic nutrition weight loss coaching program? Because that's sort of the secondary program that you took with our academy. was there something in that course that when you were actually going through the learnings, you were like, that is so mind blowing? Like, I had no idea. I'm sure there was a few moments like that, but was there something in particular that really stands out for you that you're like, that's crazy?
So within the course itself, there are so many things. That's the thing that I love is that whole, I loved everything about it. So to point out just one particular thing, it's so difficult within the program. But what I can say, to be really honest, it was after graduation. So after graduation, we have to do our yearly university courses.
Yes.
I really enjoyed the liver detox. I enjoyed the detox. That was just so, that's what I've been looking for so long. I'm like, this is so awesome. This is so wonderful. I love it. So the content is just wonderful. And if you're really into learning more about internal things and how food and environment and things affect our daily lives, and you definitely want to do this program because there's just so much that you're going to learn and so many things that you can apply to your life and your family, and it's wonderful. It's just absolutely wonderful.
I love that the liver detox was like the thing that you were just like, yes. But knowing you, knowing you, Kai, and like understanding who you are as a person, because you and I have developed such a good bond and relationship, I feel like I totally understand how that is something that you would be really excited about.
Yeah. For the average person listening, they're like, what?
Yeah. No, but liver detoxing is important, and it's and the reason why it's part of our continuing education, of course, is because then you have the foundations as a coach, and then you're getting to continue to learn and grow with your recertification.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
what would you say was something that maybe you took from that course too? Because you were just saying like it's easy to implement with your family. What was something that maybe you learned in the course that you implemented with your family's lifestyle that you've noticed was really easy to do and something that they took on very quickly as well? Because I think a lot of people listening are people that are in the same scenario. Maybe they're stay-at-home moms, maybe they're just, partners, whatever it is, but they have that feeling of like, I'm going to be doing this and my whole family's going to be doing something else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So one of the assignments, we had to make our own sauerkraut.
Yes.
And so I make things with my children all the time. We do different things and we have fun in the kitchen. But what I really liked about that particular assignment was that I could explain to my children step by step what the process is and what the benefits were for making the sauerkraut.
Yeah.
You got your prebiotics, you got your probiotics, and you leave it in for a certain amount of time. And each time you have some, you're getting different types of probiotics. And so, because that's kind of my thing,
Yes.
I was able to explain that to them, and they're like, "Oh wow, that's interesting," and they really liked it. And so it's something that we kind of do every once in a while. We'll just kind of set aside time, and then we'll go through and we'll make that recipe, and
Yeah.
then I'll ask one of them, "So what does this do?" And they'll say, "Yeah, it does this." And what does this do? "Oh, it's going to give me good gut bacteria." So I know that sounds really nerdy, but that's something that I really like. And then not just the sauerkraut, but it also reinforced the importance of maintaining good nutrition, right? So eating things that are nutrients dense, not to say that you can't have other things. I believe in life there needs to be a balance, but it really reinforced that yes, you do want to focus on nutrients dense foods. And being able to explain that to my children and my family, they're like, "Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Well, I don't want to be sick, so I'm going to eat this. I'm going to make better choices. I'm going to cut down on my sugar." And then, when I let them know, okay, you can have half a pop today. Let's not have a full can. We'll have a half. They understand. And I really appreciate that I learned a lot of this from the holistic nutrition weight loss coaching program.
I love that. I love it because it is about not only educating but helping to make sort of a difference, whether it be in your own family, your community. It's this ripple effect that's happening, right? So you learned it to
Yes.
then be able to pass that knowledge on. So I love that so much. Now, final question. What would you say to someone who right now is listening, watching, they've been like, reading about holistic nutrition, they've been going into it and they're like, I think I want to do this, but I'm on the fence. What would be your words of advice to them if you could
I,
share?
I would say just do it. If you're on the fence, just go ahead and do it. It is a wonderful community of women. And if you get stuck, help is like right there. Like there's been many times where I had to send an email and I would get a response next day, and it wasn't a very long time. It's doable. So just go ahead, jump in, do it. Once you graduate, you are going to be included in a group with other certified trainers, other certified coaches, and there's just a wealth of support. There's a wealth of things that can help you build your business if that's what you want to do. There's a wealth of education afterwards, but just jump in there and do it. Just do it.
I love that. I love it so much. Now, for anyone who is interested to just maybe chat with you, learn more about your experience, or even just what you're doing now with your company, Lady Kai, then I know your company. Where can they learn more? I know all the details will be in our show notes for everybody listening. So if you want to reach out, you can do that way. But also, if you can just share how they can reach out to you, connect with you.
Absolutely. So I'm currently on Facebook at Lady K Fitness,
Mhm.
as well as on Instagram at ladyk.fitness. You can message me there on either one of those places. I also have a website. It's still kind of up in, getting some tweaks done, but you can also go to www.ladykfitness.com.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much for joining me today, for sharing your story, your message with our listeners. I'm so grateful to have you in our community and to just know you and be able to work with you consistently. So thank you so much. And for everybody listening, of course, thank you so much for listening today to one of our grad spotlights, part of our spotlight series coming up for our holistic nutrition weight loss coaching program that is open for enrollment right now. So you can enroll today at fitchicksacademy.com/HWLC. The course begins on October 30th. And we cannot wait to welcome you to the Academy, to the family, to the community. Lady K, thank you again one more time. And for
You're
everybody listening,
welcome.
we will see you inside the Academy. Thank you so much for listening today. Bye, everyone.